This is Schedule 1, a game about dealing drugs, making drugs, hiring dealers to sell your drugs. You get the point. Everything in this game revolves around crime. But I thought, is it possible to play without committing one single crime? I loaded up the game in this green RV, not familiar at all. The first thing I had to do was create my character, so I made this look so it doesn't look too dodgy. I woke up in my RV and already there were weed plants, but that doesn't count because I didn't put them there. I opened the door to the RV and I smelt the other grass, and when I checked my messages I saw I had to go to a payphone, so I said goodbye to the RV and went for a beautiful stroll. And then I jaywalked. I jaywalked after the first 10 seconds. So I made a new save, and this time, I knew for sure I wasn't going to jaywalk. So I started up the game and saw this familiar RV, and there I was creating my character once again. So I went for the same type of look, just with one key difference that I don't think you'll notice. And I woke up next to weed, but that didn't count since I didn't put them there. And there I was again walking to my arch nemesis, a road. I looked at it and I knew I wouldn't jaywalk again, so I went down the pathway instead. But there was this big sign blocking it and I couldn't get past it without jaywalking, so I had to go to the other footpath. And I went the long way because I didn't know if the grass next to me was private property or not. I got to this footpath and I made sure to stop, look, listen and think. The 4 rules for crossing dangerous roads. And I did the same here at this crossing. And this crossing, and them 4 rules got me to the payphone, all safe. My uncle told me to go collect money stashes that he hid, and one was in the dam, and I didn't know if I had permission to go down there or not. So I asked the police politely, and they said yes. So I went down the dam and I opened the stash, and then I knew I was $80 richer, but then I realized this is probably illegal drug money, so I had to get rid of it really quickly. The next stash was behind someone's store, so I had to ask for permission to go behind their store so I can open the stash, and they said yes. After collecting all the stashes, there was a big explosion in the woods, conveniently where my RV was parked, so I went over to check it out. There I was walking into the woods and whoa, what would you know? My RV was there, exploded, with a note that said, "This is our territory!" What nerds. I got told to go back to the payphone, so I went down the footpath again. Oop, wrong footpath. While walking to the payphone, I realized there was an ATM, and I did have $100 on my credit card, so I made sure to get rid of that, as that could have been drug money as well. I got back to the payphone, and then my uncle told me to go find a hotel, which, if you didn't know, costs $75 per week, and this is where my money making strategy comes in. There's trash to cash machines all around the town, and what you do is you put trash in them, and if you didn't know, they give you cash. I sold this cigarette in the cash machine and I got $1 in return, and I was making profit really fast. This is where this run started to go downhill. You see, there are shops in this game, and when it gets late at night, they start to shut. You see where I'm going with this? After throwing out trash all day, I gained $30, and that was enough to buy a trash grabber from the hardware store. Right as I went to buy it, the owner of the hardware store left, locking me inside, which meant I was trespassing, and that run had to be ended. In this run, I went for a different approach. I started off by grabbing trash as fast as I could, so I had enough money to buy the trash grabber, but first I had to get rid of the cash stashes. I got $18 and I knew that I was going to get the trash grabber as fast as I could, as it was only like 12 PM. I got to the hardware store and lucky me, I did get it in time. If you want to see it, here's me collecting all the trash. You can slow it down to see the full part, but I wouldn't recommend that because it took me a while. I ended up getting $75 for a room, and what I did would blow your mind. I slept. One thing I forgot about in this game is that there's a casino, and I don't know how I forgot about this, but this would really help me in this run. So I sat and it waited as it opened in 4 hours. And the first thing I did was lose all my money on blackjack. The next thing I did was lose all my money on the bus game. I don't know what it is, to be honest. Not once, not twice. I had a bit of a gambling session. I lost all of my money apart from $19, and I bet I played that all of my money on the ride the bus game. And what do you reckon happened? I got $38 in return. And then I lost all of it and I beat up a police officer and I quit. Until 2 days later and I'm back. It's the most epic organization name. The first thing I did for this save was obviously get rid of all the dead drops, and then I sold some trash to get some more cash. I was speed running at this point. In 5 minutes I got the trash grabber. I sold enough to get to the motel, which was a huge upgrade, as I did it in 1 day. The next things I had to do was buy a grow tent, soil and a watering can, which would cost me $125. So I collected trash and sold it for the whole day, and then I slept, so then the hardware store would be open in the morning, so then I could buy the necessary items. I placed down the grow tent in this corner and added soil into it, and then my uncle told me to order 1 OG Kush seed, which is a drug, and that's illegal. So I beat up 2 of these police officers, I busted, played for 80 hours, became the biggest drug dealer in my town, and then that answered the question that it's not possible to beat Schedule 1 without breaking one single law.